something about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Roll20 and phones don't work yet. But
Yeah.
that's okay. That's why there's a add turn feature to tokens, and you can still do dice roller for for your version on D&D Beyond, and that should all be good. All right. Let's see. Where's my day listing? It started off on renewal 12. The day is now renewal 13. Session 2. Renewal 13. There we go. You guys all spent an uneventful evening. Well, after coming to Port Narazu the previous day, uh, finding taverns, chatting with some locals, basically just getting to know each other while having been sent on a expedition to discover the location of the Soulmonger and shut it down. You guys spent an uneventful evening sleeping in your various taverns, having not quite become a completely cohesive group quite yet, and have split the party already. So, which of you was staying in the fancy tavern?
I was. I think Jinx's character was too,
Yeah.
but I don't see him with us.
Yeah.
It should have been Ash, me, and Thunk in the Rowdy Tavern.
Alright. So,
As well as Satana.
so I seem to recall somebody else was either joining late or was that just from the week from after session 0? Was it 6 of you last week or was it just 5? I'm trying to remember.
Ash joined late, and she appeared in the Rowdy Tavern, and we got talking, and I disappeared for like 10 minutes, and then came back.
Alright.
We knew for certain that well, we said Lady said that she was going to be late coming in, but
To this
apparently
week.
she made it on time instead.
That's because y'all way late and we're talking instead of playing.
Well, that's
Thank heavens for a very understanding chef who's like, yeah, you can if you come, who agreed to let me leave an hour or later if I came in an hour earlier. Well, vice versa. Came in early. I can't speak right now.
It's okay.
Come in early, leave
Point is,
early.
I'm here now.
And we're grateful to have you.
And we're gonna. Thanks. I'm glad to
Now,
be
where's
here.
the food?
So, some of
Food?
you are at the.
Well, excuse me, princess. I don't have enough Dr. Pepper to share through all of you, and I'm not about to send it through the phone.
Well, I was making Salisbury steak, homemade Salisbury steak today. Unfortunately, 'cause I had it simmering all afternoon because I had another game before this, and so I didn't have any time to cook dinner before this game. I had set it to on a simmer all afternoon, and unfortunately, I think that caused some of the chunks of meat that I'd already seared in a pan to come apart. So, but it's still tasty, but it no longer looks like Salisbury steak. It looks more like chunks of meat and a nice gravy. Very nice and spicy. Still
I got
tasty.
pizza.
Nice.
But, yeah.
Me too. I went to pizzeria during my break. So.
I have a Casey's gas station like right down the road, maybe like 10 minutes, less than that. That I ordered. You gotta love gas station pizza.
I miss being able to go out for pizza. Food allergies are tough. Anyway, so some of you are currently at the Thundering Lizard, which is the more raucous of the two inns, and one of you, two if you count the person who's not here tonight, are at Kaya's House of Repose, the quieter, nicer place. So So for the sake of argument, we're gonna say that Jinx's character, is still asleep and hasn't, come down to join. Uh, so what is, I believe, Arya doing?
Uh, she just she just woke up and she's going to get a bit of breakfast before going out to go get stock up on supplies.
All right, that can easily be taken
Okay.
care of. And how about the other four of you who are currently waking up in the Thundering Lizard? You still hear some noises coming through a wall. People talking, people shouting, occasionally as waking up, and other associated noises that you would find in such a rowdy establishment that doesn't seem to have much in the way of soundproofing.
Ah. So, Devlin Spooks wakes up and gets fed by his daughter. Heads down, looking as impeccable as ever. Because he spends minimum an hour every morning getting ready.
Did you room with any of the others in this particular establishment, or did you just have a room to yourself?
Uh, I can't remember that.
I was trying to see if you woke anybody up while you were busily grooming.
I got a high, so I was by myself.
All right.
If it was below 50, then I would have been waking people up. Okay, so yeah, I was up
So,
by myself for an hour getting myself ready.
are you a one that wakes up early to do this, or are you delaying everybody else by doing this?
I think in this setting right now, it is delaying everyone else, but being a part of the circus, normal. So I think for the party right now, and the fact that we're in the tavern, it is delaying anyone else.
Okay. So we'll get back to what you're doing until after we see what the other three people in this particular tavern are doing, because they are likely to have gotten up and been waiting for you as a result.
A 23 performance to be impeccable.
All right. Ash, what are you doing?
I guess I would wake up like fucking early and just go buy a few things.
All right. So you and Arya would probably run into each other at some point during this trip, and we'll get back to you after that in a few minutes. Run amok. What about you? What's your character doing after they wake up?
Okay, Satana, she needs some new clothes, so as she watches the sunrise with her meditation, she goes out to that shop that she found the clothes at and checking to see if it's still open.
Fabulous lizards. And
Yes, that's the one.
yes, the one with the pretty mannequins in the window. And yes, it is just opening up at this hour. And I'll get back to you on that until after the Goliath. Thick. What are you doing when you wake up? Hello.
I remember he's on his phone, so
Okay.
that may be one of those of
We'll just pretend that he's sleeping in.
he had a lot of drink.
Alright.
So, first off, Arya and Ash, what sort of things are you two shopping for?
Supplies, like a rain catcher, salve, stuff we would need to survive, just survival stuff. We're about to trek through a jungle. It's best to, see if I can get out and get a good deal.
Alright.
Yeah. Also, maybe considering the fact that I don't see in the dark, I might try to get a lantern to tie to my belt. to get some light.
So even at this hour in the morning, the bazaar is currently filled with people going about their daily work. It's starting to get pretty warm out here, and it's already humid. Shops are opening up, and you appear to be the first two customers at the general store. In this
Good.
particular store, run by a tabaxi, you look around and you see various items, such as the rain catchers, as mentioned. You also
hmm
see jars of some kind of salve along one wall
Uh,
next to the rain
I,
catchers.
DM, I have a question for you.
Sure thing.
Now, I missed the beginning last time and didn't get more money than, well, I think people got money
They got
to
money
get
from
there.
they got money from the person who hired them. Technically, you were not
Eh,
hired by them.
No, no, I get that. The fact is, though, we kind of implied that my character was maybe a native of this place
Yes.
or someone who was there for a long time. So, would I get some few extra material considering that I've been there for a long time?
You would definitely recognize that the jars of salve are a form of insect repellent. Uh,
Yeah, I know I recognize those things, but would
yeah,
I get them? That's the question. Would
you
I
would
get something?
probably already have at least one application on your body. Let's see. To be fair, have you roll a 1d4 to see how many you already have in your possession. So
I got a tree.
you actually have three of them, which is good.
Yeah. The other question is, would I get? Okay, here's my question. Would I get something to get equipment? Cause right now I got 9 piece of gold. That's what I
What
have.
about your starting gear?
I have arrows, a backpack, bedrolls, clothings, hunting
Okay.
traps. I have a pretty good gear, honestly, but I just missed, a few things. I have food, rope.
I
Uh,
want to worship.
That'd be
I
very
got a
expensive.
tent, so that's good.
No, truly, you just want to be worshipped.
No, actually, no. I want a galley. It's 30,000 gold pieces. It can sail at 4 miles per hour.
Alright, maybe I'm being like, maybe I asked too much then.
Yeah, you have your starting gear and several things of the insect repellent, and are aware of the necessity of the insect repellent, which your companions might not be fully aware of. Being someone who lives in the area, you would also have potential advantage on haggling checks with various merchants because they would know that you're not a tourist.
Fair. Fair. That sounds fair. Okay. So, well, knowing that, I'm gonna try and get a lantern. At least.
All right. What kind of lantern are you looking for?
Um, I guess a hooded would be good. I mean, it's not that expensive.
Yeah, the
Uh,
general store definitely has one of those.
yeah, I think that's gonna be that. I'm gonna buy a lantern, a hooded lantern, and a bit of oil to, well, feed the lantern.
Okay, so a hooded lantern,
5 gold pieces.
Yeah.
and a thing of oil costs 5 gold pieces and 1 silver, as it stands.
The lantern is 5 gold pieces, and the oil lamp is.
The oil itself is only a silver. Each flask of
All right.
oil is a silver.
That's good. I'm gonna buy, well, one hooded lantern, and maybe 3 flasks of um of oil.
All right.
Hold on.
What about you, Arya? As you're looking to the same shop.
I'm looking around like I approach the general store and I ask, sir,
The
I'm
blacksmith looks
headed
up and
out.
smiles at you.
Huh?
Yes. What can I do? What can I do for you?
Uh, I'm headed out into the jungle and I
Ah,
want
then you'll
want
definitely be wanting some insect repellent.
uh, I, I suppose I've never been to Chuld. There are not many bugs where I'm from.
Well, I got two kinds. I got blocks of incense, uh, for 1 silver apiece, and I got salve when you need to cover yourself. And kind of looks at you. He kind of looks you up and down. You might need two full things of salve if you want to cover your entire body, given how tall you are. Uh, each of those costs 1 gold, but the incense only costs 1 silver per block.
What's the advantages of both?
Well, I would actually recommend using them in concert, especially if you're going to the deeper jungles. Uh, so the incense, it burns for 8 hours once lit, and it repels normal insects within a 20-foot radius. It's actually pretty effective at that, so it can help your companions too. Your companions, y'all just need 1 block of silver for the group of you. I'm sure you're not going in there alone, yeah?
No.
Good, good. However, a vial of salve will costs 1 gold. Contains 20 applications. Well, I would probably go 10 for you. Cost 2 applications each. Uh, and it can protect you against insects for up to 24 hours, and doesn't wash off in the rain. It gets absorbed into your skin over time.
I'm
It
gonna
rains
listen
here a
to
lot.
what I'm gonna listen to
Uh,
what he says, just in case he's trying to, uh, you know,
Yeah,
uh,
so roll me an insight check.
right? Insight. Okay. Hold on. So 18.
Yeah, he seems to be quite honest about that. You are well aware of the various uses of these things,
Mhm.
and he doesn't seem to be steering her wrong or overinflating the price.
All right. That's good.
all right. So she kind of just swallows, like, what else would you recommend in the jungle?
You got a way of getting water? Nice clean water? It's not like you can easily drink from the streams or anything like that. You need to spend time boiling it if you do.
I have a spell that lets me create water.
Well, then you probably don't need rain catcher unless you run out of spells for the day or something.
Might get rain catcher. It carries water.
Well, no.
I
It's something you set up overnight and it gathers rain. But you see, if it doesn't rain that day, it's not as useful. But it can catch up to 2 gallons of drinking water per inch of rainfall, and it can hold up to 8 gallons. Uh, well, actually, you could use it as a transport. Now that I think about it, and it costs 1 gold. It doesn't weigh too much if it doesn't have water in it either, so it shouldn't take up too much room in your bag. If you want to know more,
okay.
you should talk to the Prince. Sorry, pronunciation issues. Prince Ek, Ekni Afa. They control the rain catchers in this area. The, I was able to get it licensed to sell here since a lot of people come traveling, but if he's the one that sells them. makes them, licenses them.
Okay. I need one rain catcher, one more water skin. I think 15 salves and
Okay, so that'd be 2 silver for the water skin, 1 gold for the rain catcher, and you say 15 cells? That'll be 15 gold.
yeah, 50 gold for
15 gold.
yeah, and I need 20 blocks of incense.
So that's another 2 gold. Alright. So 17 gold and 2 silver.
All right, and
And
hang on, I'm
that's
trying to think if I need anything else.
20
Rain
incense blocks,
catchers,
A barrel.
2 valves of salve,
a
and a water
barrel.
skin. Oh, and a rain catcher.
I don't think I need a
Oh,
barrel.
sorry, that's 18 gold
Right.
altogether. Forgot about the rain catcher.
Yep, 18 gold and 2 silver. I'm not sure if there's anything else I need.
Yeah,
She
well,
Ari
now that
kind
you
of like
ask.
looks at her inventory list of what she has and like, let's see what else. It's like, she's like, then she looks up like, that'll be all. So 18 gold then and 2 silver.
hmm You know, if you're looking for a
Alright.
fast way up the rivers, you really might want to talk to Prince Ekni. And I'm not allowed to sell them here, but they do sell canoes.
Oh, that would be good. I should talk to my group. Thank you.
You're welcome. And the tabaxi kind of waves you on. Meanwhile, run amok. You have made it to the Fabulous Lizard, which is the clothing shop you've seen. It apparently opens early, and there is a blue and green skinned lizard person behind the counter, just kind of setting up.
Could you repeat that real quick?
Okay, so you've made it to the store, the Fabulous Lizard, the clothing shop that said you were going to, or did I hear wrong? I'm pretty sure you're the one that said that.
Yes.
that and behind the counter is a blue and green skinned lizard folk.
Okay, as Satana steps in, she kind of looks around at the clothing and
You look around and you see various styles, many of which you've seen out on the streets. Colorful clothing, many that go. I forget what the name of the particular bit of clothing is. Um, it's the thing that goes around your shoulders and it kind of hangs a bit to mid chest.
scarf, sarong.
Saran might be the one I'm thinking of. It's not definitely not scarf. I want to say serape for some reason. I'm not that could be right. I'm not entirely sure.
Thing that like kind of wraps around the head and
No,
the shoulders.
not the head. Just the shoulders. It's kind of like a fancy pieces sort of thing that's not necessarily practical.
Saran wrap.
It's more like pretty sort of thing. You know, but
Gotcha.
you also see like other types of clothing that um again the GM is having difficulties with names for things, and it's not exactly a toga, but it's similar to one. Where goes straight
Saran wrap.
down. It's not a dress. It's more of a unisex type of clothing.
Basically like robes and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like not exactly a toga, not exactly a robe, but it's similar. It's kind of in the same realm, but it's ugh, I forget what the name of it is. There's a specific name for what I'm thinking of in my head, but ugh. And I apologize for spacing on words. I that happens to me sometimes. But
It's
you see,
unacceptable.
but yeah, you see these shoulder wrap type clothes that are
Hey, Chance woke up.
in a variety of colors, and you see other types of more long, not not pants, not suits, not dresses, sort of single single piece clothes that drape down the body and kind of hide or what doesn't quite show off like curves or anything like that. It's much looser than
That's
that.
just wrong.
Yeah, maybe. As I said, I don't remember the name of it. I can see it in my
Jumper?
head. I can see it in my head, but I can't remember the name. It's but like it's kind of like
Where
a
the fuck did
dress
it
or a
go?
robe or a toga where it's like there's no pants or anything like that there. It just hangs straight on the body, but has like armholes and all that. I wish I remembered the names of things. But you see that those kind of local styles, clothes designed for air circulation, for more breathing, to combat the moisture in the air, the massive humidity in the region, but also like look nice, look stylish, and help keep away some of the insects.
I want a beekeeper suit.
Roll an investigation check.
Nah, it's not my turn.
Good
It's
God.
Run's turn.
Sorry, I'll recognize your voices at some point.
You want this?
Anyways, um, yeah, she's looking at these clothes and
No, you can have that.
she
Sorry, I thought I
tries
was
to
muted.
look for one that's kind of not as bright, but that's free flowing that she can be able to move around in.
Are you looking for a dark color or a light color, like a tan or a pale, or muted color, or are you looking for something darker, uh, blue
Kind of like a
hues?
muted color, kind of like a like you said, kind of like a brown or a something that's just like a neutral tone.
All right, and you definitely do look around and see some of the colors like that. Most of the pieces that have like the brighter colors tend to be the shoulder wraps. The main pieces, many of them are like white, cream, tan, brown. Some of them seem to be worked to help highlight the various skin tones around here. I mean, some of the gowns some of the pieces are clearly designed more for like a lizard person's body, and many of them have darker colors associated with them. But the ones that are more designed for like a humanoid's body seem to be in these particular like uh, dark brown, caramel, or like some of the lighter tanner colors, along with cream and eggshell sort of colorations.
Okay, she kind of feels one of the more the darker brown one. See what it feels like.
And it has a texture to it that's not quite the silk, but it's something close, something fine, definitely light and breathable.
She turns to the lizard man and raises a hand to get his attention.
The lizard folk kind of looks over towards you and nods. Good morning. What can I find for you today? Hello? Can you hear me? Did I speak way too far away?
No, I sorry, I didn't press the button. Anyway, she pulls at the kind of shows him the gown or the the article of clothing.
The lizard person tilts their head a bit and looks it over and nods. That looks like it would complement your skin tone. Are you looking to buy this one?
She looks down and then looks at her pouch and tilts her head.
Still thinking, or would you like to haggle?
She touches her throat a little bit and looks down.
And the lizard folk tilts its head the other way. It's all right if you are unable to speak. If you can understand me.
She nods.
Do you need something to write on?
Mm, she she thinks for a moment, then she remembers her pad in her pouch. She pulls it out and the charcoal pencil and writes down how much.
For this particular item of clothing, that will be 3 gold. It is made from decent spider silk.
She smiles and she pulls out the 3 gold pieces to give to him.
Thank you. And the lizard folk begins to help you with getting the piece off of the dress dummy. Well, not it's called dress dummy, regardless of what kind of clothing it is. Off the mannequin.
Would you happen to know how to find a picture of it?
Um, if I knew remember the name, I'd be able to send a picture. It's just basically pictures in my head. I can see it in my head, but trying to remember to figure out how to translate that to specific words is a little bit trying.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Yeah, if I ever see a picture of what I'm thinking of, I can post it. But
Okay, she will also take a look at some of the shoes and slippers because she knows that hers is kind of worn from all of her travel.
are you looking? When the lizard folk determines that she is looking around some more and looking at what she's looking at, the lizard folk taps her on the shoulder a bit and asks, "Are you looking for evening finery, or do you require a different purpose for these shoes?"
She kind of lifts her foot and shows the worn and tattered slippers that she has on.
You are looking for more slippers?
She nods and looks down a little bit.
All right. Is there anything else you're looking for?
She looks around and is there, and I'm going to assume that there's some cloaks here.
Yeah, there's some general cloaks like lined up along the wall. Uh, Most of them seem to be made of a much heavier material than the nicer clothes in the middle. These ones but they do seem to be designed both to deal with rain in general, like they don't become too overly waterlogged, but also appear to be useful for fending off insects. Some of them are big enough that in a pinch you could probably string them between a few things and make yourself a small tent to stand under to help you dry.
She smiles and walks over to the cloaks and she looks for a kind of a darker one.
All right. And a lot of these come in in various colors. So you see some that are in brown, some of them are in dark green, some of them are just the classic gray look of a cloak.
Looking more for a black one.
Uh, let's see. Uh, give me a set of 10 numbers that are like all in a row, and then roll a 1d100.
Say that first part again.
Say like 1 through 10, 10, 11 through 20,
Oh,
5 through 15, that sort of thing.
just give you a general.
Yeah. Basically, a general look around to see if
Okay,
see what's here, and if the 1d100 gets it, then
25 through 35.
all right. Well, that 1d100. I guess I can do it then.
Yeah, I was just seeing if there was a way to roll it and beyond, trying to figure out how to.
I'm lagging in roll 20. It's interesting. There we go. 36! That's one off then. Because you said 25 to 35, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Sadly, the lizard folk is like looking around and trying to help you, but but there doesn't appear to be any black cloaks. The only closest ones are a very dark brown and a very dark green.
All right, not being able to find a black cloak, she'll pick up the dark green one.
All right. That's that one there. That's pretty nice quality, and that'll be 5 silver.
She nods and pulls out the 5 silver. Uh, did they ever find any slippers?
The lizard folk kind of looks around and picks up something that looks similar to what you have on. And says, these should help keep your feet a little bit off from the wear and tear. That'll be 2 silver.
All right, and she gives him the money and smiles broadly and bows.
Okay. Meanwhile, Mike, Devlin Spooks has finally finished his morning routine and has come down to the tavern.
Yes! Devil Spooks made a grand entrance into the tavern.
Water.
Come here.
Some of the people. Some of the people in there actually turn their heads, considering the amount of work and effort that went into your appearance this morning. In fact,
Yeah, they're probably like.
In fact, you have an advantage on your current charisma check, so roll me a charisma check.
On. Here, Natalie. Shit. You want to say it? Playing around, my daughter just threw up.
Aww.
I think it's more of a laughing. Too much excitement.
Too much pizza.
No, she only had like. No. Come here. You want some more? Drink it. We don't play with it. Okay, so give me 1 second about charisma checks.
At advantage.
Wait, I just need to 16, but give me 1 second to let that populate. Okay, so the next one. I'll take the 18.
Yeah. So yeah, the patrons are kind of like all giving you, second looks because you have done very well with your performance this morning and are striking quite a pose.
It's like, okay. It's like, where is it to the nearest market area? Well, first of all, has anyone seen my big and wonderful friend, Thunk?
That's a good question. Thunk, where are you?
I'm here.
Are you sitting
Were
at the
you
bar
asking
getting
me
drunk
where I
again?
was? I'm out looking at all the markets, trying to find something cheap and nice to buy.
Then you probably see either Arya and Ash. I forget what Ash's character's name is right now. And
Orion.
oh, that's right, you're Orion. So that you see either the two furbolgs or you see Satanta.
Yes, that's right.
Which one would you prefer? Would you rather flip a coin for it?
Which, whichever one's near the stalls.
Sure.
Stalls? 'Cause I thought you
I'm
said.
looking for a ride. I'm lazy.
Oh, sorry. You said. I thought you said stores. I'm so sorry. So you have gone off in search of
The livery stables.
the livery while everyone else is doing other stuff. I would like you to roll an investigation check.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, hold on.
What's going on?
Thunk is needing to roll an investigation check.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. So, you wander out. You say something about wanting a ride, or something about like maybe how exciting it is to to see to ride on a dinosaur, something along those lines. Um, and somebody points you out towards. Let's see, where is it exactly on the map? I believe it's the old city, actually. The old city area. Give me 1 second. Reading something over, real quick. And they send you to a particular area where you see a lot of dinosaurs congregating and people wandering around, inspecting them.
All right. Do they look like?
Go ahead.
Do they look like they're big enough to carry me?
Let's see. Some of them definitely not. But you think you could probably fit on that young Triceratops. It'd probably just be able to handle you. And maybe that young Tyrannosaurus that you see. It's muzzled, and it's like got its eyes like darting this way and that. It looks kind of angry, but it is taller than you.
Oh, goody. Uh, so, is there anybody standing by the Triceratops?
All right. There is a woman who looks to be in her 30s. She has dark skin. It looks like she has a bit of a scar on her face. and she's currently holding the lead to the Triceratops.
I will ask her if it's for sale.
She kind of like looks up at you and just blinks. Oh, what? What do you mean for sale?
Is the Triceratops for sale?
No. This is the racing the racing pit. We're getting ready for a race here. Why would we sell our racing mounts?
Out of character, that Triceratops will not outrun the Tyranus. Anyways, um, I'll just look at her very questioningly. Can you point me in the area that I might be able to find something to ride?
She kind of like folds her arms. So, let me get this straight. Are you trying to enter the race, or are you just looking for a ride?
I am traveling across the island, and quite honestly, my friends aren't as girthy as I am, and I need a way to get them and their supplies across this island.
Well, have you, let's see. She thinks for a moment. Roll a persuasion check.
Uh, Hold on. Can someone roll it for me? I'm
No.
driving and it's really hard to do this. It's
You shouldn't drive and try to roll things at the same time.
exactly. That's why I'm asking someone roll it for me. Just a
Yeah, you
D20
should.
plus 4.
Yeah, you shouldn't drive and dungeon at the same time.
No kidding, which is why I'm asking for someone to roll for me. I got my
I rolled a
Uh,
17 for you.
all right.
Alright.
He'll take it. He has no other options though.
Alright, so she's going to direct you on, and I'm going to, since you're driving, I'm going to switch quick over to Mike and see if he catches up to you. So, Mike, with that earlier charisma roll and getting the people to look at you, and they say, what kind of big friend are we talking here?
You couldn't have missed him. He was trying to fight everyone. He was trying to arm wrestle everyone
Oh,
in
that
this tavern.
guy, the arm wrestler, and some of them seemed like they were here from last night and remember what happened. Yeah,
Some of
I
them are
do.
rubbing their arms
He
like,
said something about
yeah,
wanting to ride on a dinosaur, so I pointed him in the direction of the races.
oh no, no dear. Which way?
And you're given directions to where the races are taking place.
Okay, so before I go see the races, let me go buying stuff. I have approximately 139 gold pieces and 5 silver. I would like a vial of antitoxin.
So you basically get to the to the general store right as Arya and Orin are leaving.
Like,
Orion.
hey,
Orion,
Head
sorry,
Orin.
sorry, Orion.
hello, friends. Do you mind if you want to wait for a second while I pick up some stuff, and then we can head over and pick up our giant friend. He's
Alright.
he's seeing the races of the dinosaurs. I think it is, or he's seeing the races is what it is. I think he's hell
Alright.
bent on buying a deed.
Uh, alright. I, I, I forgot a tent. So, Arya kind of looks down and blushes, and she's like, "Yeah."
At this point,
Okay.
Orion just take a stand, give it to Arya, sigh a little.
So, I would like 1 antitoxin vial. Probably about 3 more things of rope, all hempen.
Hempen rip.
Yeah, so about 150 foot of rope. A tent,
What the fuck are you doing?
So you want how many things of rip?
3.
3. Okay.
A tent. Let's get a bag of caltrops, iron spikes, and a portable ram.
Let's see.
And I have that. I have that. No, not that. I want a ladder, but I don't think it's collapsible. And 2 grappling hooks and clothes and just clothes for to go out in the woods type thing. And that's it.
So that'll be a total of 67 gold. Yeah, they
Okay.
basically have a few things of really basic, like survival and travel clothes here. Nothing fancy. For that, that would be a weapon store. Satanta.
Okay, so you said 67 gold for all that?
Yes, 67 gold.
Okay, so let me take the gold and then we'll get that. And then at this point we can go to our next. It's like, okay, so I'll come out.
Hang on. I finally pulled out my player's handbook and I did forget some stuff I wanted to get. Can I just go ahead and tell you what I want?
You can basically look at the player's handbook, look at the pricing listing here, and say that you bought that when you bought the other stuff.
Yeah, so I went ahead and I got some fishing tackle. I've got a healer's kit. I've got a signal whistle, some soap, a tent, and let's see, there was something else I wanted. Oh yeah, a mess kit. And a backpack. I think I don't know if I have a backpack, but if I don't have a backpack, got a backpack.
Generally, with your explorer's pack, you have one.
Yeah, the explorer's pack has a
Let me
backpack
double
with your
check
stuff in
if
it.
I have one. Yeah, I do have a backpack. All right, so never forget the backpack.
Backpacks are basically base adventuring gear.
Yeah.
All right, so hang on. I said so
Yes,
that
you
was
can still buy one, but
5,
and then
2 copper.
Ooh,
You
I'll
buy one and
I'll
you
I'll
one on
also
an NPC.
I will also buy chain.
Yeah, so 10-foot thing of chain is another additional 5 gold.
Yes.
Mhm. Yep.
Don't ask me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, portable ram. I forgot that one.
All right, I think I'm good. Make sure to grab the soap so we don't stink up each other.
Oh, I have string. I did not realize that.
You have what?
I have string. That's part of my adventuring gear.
Ah, yes. It's useful for helping to find your way out of a maze.
Yeah.
Only if you have a roll of string,
True.
I have 10 feet
like a
of
ball of
string.
string, 2 balls of
I have a-
string.
I have a 10-foot length of string.
I said
Was
I
it
would
a-
need a signal whistle, right?
Burger kit
Yes,
that you
it is.
got, Devlin?
Yes.
That's why you have the string then. Put up
Yeah.
a quick booby trap or alarm.
Yeah, that's what I looked at, and then because all the other packs didn't really make sense with what with my background, so it was the best to go with that one at the time. Like with my idea, my character, none of the other adventure packs had the right stuff. Because I even have a bell. And I did not take the ladder, like I said, but clothes. Would that just be traveler's clothes type of thing?
Yes. The clothing here would be
Okay.
traveler's clothes.
Okay, there's that. Okay, then I am ready to go and meet our big friend and give him the portable ram.
Yep.
Who are you gonna give the portable RAM?
To Thunk.
Huh. I'm probably gonna buy some more insect repellent.
Yeah, each of
I don't
Ooh.
mind sharing what I've got, so I'm going to let y'all know.
so the
Yeah. Well.
insect repellent.
That's why I got so much.
I said there is
Okay.
the block of incense, which is 1 silver and lasts for 8 hours. And you can burn 20-foot radius, so that will cover the entire party for 8 hours per
Yeah.
block, which
Well.
is 1 silver per block. And each vial of salve is 1 gold and contains 20 applications. And lasts for 24 hours. So one person for 24 hours, and you can cover them for 20 days, basically per
Oh, never mind
vial of
then. I
salve.
got for 60 days.
And I've got plenty, so if y'all forget to get some, y'all can bum some off me. I don't mind, that's why I bought so much.
I did not buy any.
That's okay. She'll if you could probably mention that to Aria, and she'll be very helpful and give you some.
Well, at the time, he did not think about getting it, but also at the time, I'm thinking of keeping some money. So if we buy mounts, I have at least some for a decent mount instead of.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down to like 32 gold. But that's still plenty.
Because at least get a draft horse, it is 50 gold pieces. To get a camel, it is 50 gold pieces.
Now, here's the thing. Roll a perception check.
Who?
Cleric, you do it.
You did, Bank. Roll a perception check.
The cleric can help you with that perception check.
You know,
I roll a
just as you're
19.
thinking about how much, like, the average draft horse or camel will cost, you suddenly stop and realize you haven't seen any of those in the entire port. You've seen other creatures. You have not seen horses or camels.
Yes, and then like I was saying, like at least that's why I said mount and not specifically
Yeah, but you were
certain
thinking about
ones.
you're thinking about the prices of like typical mounts you know of, and realize that you haven't seen any of
Yeah.
those here. There might not be something that costs the same amount of money.
Yeah. I mean, I could have kept my 139 for myself, but oh well. Okay, so there's that, and I'm good to go and see. Who is that? What Thunk is up to?
So we're heading down to the race area.
That's where I was told he was at.
All right. So
Better hurry,
And
I
I'm
can move fast.
and the furbolgs are
Aria's. Yeah, I am. I'm following him. It's kind of shyly.
Who's
Satanta.
I'm
following him?
stroking my tail.
Satanta.
I am looking for the blacksmith.
Okay. No, I was actually basically saying roll a perception check for me, please. All right. Now roll an investigation check for me.
Oof.
While the others are making their way down to the races, you are frustratingly looking this way and that, walking up and down around the streets, around the bazaar, failing to find a blacksmith or a weaponsmith of any kind. As The other three make it to the races. You see quite a crowd, various dinosaurs and people. Um, you do not see your friend Thunk. It looks like if he ever came here, he's already moved on.
So we're saying Thunk has possibly moved on from the races.
Yes, you don't see him as you're looking around at the people working on the race animals and the various pens and such.
I want to go up to the one who seems the least busy at the time. If you understand what I'm trying to say.
Roll a perception check.
Perception?
Mhm.
Nope. That's probably not gonna do it.
Yeah, everyone seems pretty busy to you.
Okay. I'll go up to a random person then.
All right. Roll a 1d2.
I wonder. Two.
All right. So you spot a man just kind of like looking over all of the various racers. He is holding what appears to be some kind of clipboard and is like looking it over. He's also happens to have scars down his faces. In fact, he's got scars very dangerously close to his eyes. One of them, the left one, is actually kind of milky. He's got dark skin and almost no hair. He's like fairly balding. And he's like, just doesn't seem to be doing anything compared to what the other races are doing. He's just kind of staring at them.
He's actually too big, boy. But I will go. Like, excuse me, sir.
He kind of looks up. Yeah, you looking to place a bet?
What are the odds?
Depends on which race you're talking about. We have the various races. We got the four-legged race, the two-legged race, and the no holds barred unchained race. Which one are you thinking about?
Those sound so tempting. But first of all, I need some information. See, I'm friends with the big, tall, gray-skinned person. And he doesn't seem too bright in the head.
Hey, I think I saw someone like that a little while ago. He was over there talking to Aubrey.
Okay.
And he gestures towards a dark-skinned woman, also with scars, busy working on a young triceratops.
I will go over and bother her now.
She's like busy cleaning one of its feet as you come near. She like looks up and kind of narrows her eyes a bit. What do you want? I'm kind of busy here.
Yes, I can see that. How fast would you say your young Triceratops is? Or which race are you entering?
Well, I do. I run the four-legged, of course. This happens to be sorry, name pronunciation problem. Upto's favorite. He's been on quite a streak lately.
Okay, thank you. Also,
And if you're looking for the odds, what I understand from what I've heard, the odds are 5-1.
okay. Also, see, I am friends with this big, tall, gray-skinned person. His name is Thunk. He doesn't seem too bright.
He didn't give me his name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Which way did he go?
I told him to, since he's looking to actually buy and not just not watch the races, that he should go talk to Ifan.
And where can I find this Ifan person?
Well, he'd be up in the merchant's ward, of course. He deals with all beasts around here.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Now I go back to the bet keeper and place 5 gold on the person I just talked to.
Yeah, the person you just talked to is like looking at his clipboard and looks back at you. Are you looking to place a bet now, or are you just asking for more
Yes,
information?
I'll
Oh,
place a bet.
good.
I put down 5 gold pieces on the young Triceratops over there. Was
Ah,
it the one I just talked to?
yeah, that'll do. He smiles at you. And what name shall I put this under?
Devlin Spooks Extraordinaire.
Mm.
That's how he.
He
That's how he
starts.
introduces himself every time.
He takes the 5 gold and he starts writing stuff down.
Okay, when is this race run? If I may ask
In a
that.
couple of hours, we should be ready.
Okay, so I will be back in that time. Do I have to be here right away to collect my winnings if I win?
Nah, you have till tomorrow to collect your winnings.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I'll have to find Ifin.
All right.
Unless people else want to place bets.
Nope, Aria's just kind of.
That's
She's more interested in looking at the dinosaurs than the people.
that's what you're hearing.
Hey guys, sorry if I'm late.
Your character just overslept and has no idea what's going on.
Okay.
Right now I'm placing bets on dinosaurs.
Aria's watching the dinosaurs with big eyes, like, wow. She's looking at them.
Ash, does your character want to place a bet, or are you just gonna
With
sit
what
to your side?
money? I ain't got shit, so no, I'm not gonna place a bet.
Well, you don't have at least 5 gold? Okay.
No, I have like 3 golds left.
I think 1 gold is enough to place a bet.
You do know that I am a very sore loser, and there's no way I'm fucking losing money. Fuck this shit.
That's the dinosaur that Thunk wants.
Hmm.
Okay, so,
Excuse me.
Okay, whoever he's eating chip, can you just fucking mute it?
No.
so I look over to our local person. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Orion, I think it was.
What?
Uh, do you know where this Ifan person is? Or Ifin person is?
Do I know where this...
It's a reasonable assumption that you would know.
I don't hear you.
It's a reasonable assumption that you would be aware of who Ifan is and where in the Merchant's Ward they are. That
Okay.
they sell various beasts.
Oh, yeah, I should put that
Alright,
down.
Pets and
tell
some
him
for
where
riding.
they are.
So you now have exact
Okay.
directions.
Yeah, our big friend is over there too. Now look at you got this 5'10" human walking around with these like giant people compared to him. Okay, so we make our way to Ifan. Ifan.
And I think by that point you would probably see your Goliath friend waiting outside the gate, looking around, probably to figure out how to get in, or when the place is gonna open.
Well, hello, Thunk. Devlin calls out to him.
Aria, seeing Thunk, just kind of shies behind Orion, like, still remembering the axe.
The axe.
He was sharpening an axe when they first met. She's been terrified of him ever since, even though he's never done anything to her.
All right.
Nor has she seen him flipping his axe so carefully.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay. So we met up with Thunk. I assume we're going to talk about how to get mounts in there, or he's there to get mounts. So then we go look around for an entrance into the shop.
Well, you're not exactly at the shop. You're kind of like in the merchant quarter, and even as you
Oh, we're
said,
more toward the stables-ish area?
well, more the merchant's ward, where you were at last night, looking at the, talking to the one person about the guides. Um,
Okay.
so as you're like looking around, you see that. Oh, did I accidentally call Ikini a he? Cause that's a she. Sorry. I suddenly looked over at a name and was like, wait a second, have I been mispronouncing this person's name and saying he by accident? Uh, my bad. Sorry, segue. Uh, so you see that there's actually somebody coming out from behind the gates. Someone with a clipboard. Although this is another person with a clipboard. Although this one is not a man, it is a tabaxi. It looks like a woman. Uh, wearing a long trailing outfit, some sort of gown, or shift or something like along those lines. And she kind of like stops when she sees the group of you. Do you have an appointment, or are you looking to make a purchase?
Devlin steps forward. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Excuse me, miss. We're looking to make a purchase of your finest mounts, possible.
Well, I work for Prince Ifan, and I have the right to sell on his behest. Do you have a mount in mind?
Do we have a mount in mind?
I don't know. I don't want to mount, so it's up to
I
you.
don't have a mount in mind.
I think the tongue does, though.
I'm going to speak up for him on his behalf at the moment. Our big friend, I think, wants a Triceratops mount.
Ah, well, those are the most
Mama.
expensive of all of our mounts. But yes, I would assume that someone so big would prefer a mount like that. And then she also looks over the two furbolgs. A single Triceratops goes for 500 gold.
That one I know we do not have the money for. Sorry about that.
Well then, what do you want?
Maybe we should wait for the person who actually wants a mount.
I think that one we can kind of.
If that's the case, maybe I should step over to Jinx at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I think he might be busy at the airport itself right now.
Okay. So, Jinx, you ready?
Paladin.
I'm almost home, guys. Hold on.
All right.
Maybe they
Or
might be
Selena.
okay.
Or Selena.
Satanta. Satanta, how long would you actually look for a blacksmith? Would you continue to look even after you can't find one?
Yeah, I'll check one more time. That's what that second investigation was for.
Ah, the one right now. Okay. So after a bit, you're pointed towards an outlet shop. Uh, Basically saying one that says something along the lines of a, I hate not being able to pronounce words. Akini's Akini's extras is basically what it's called. It's someone basically telling you, yeah, you should be able to find certain types of weapons and other stuff over there. Uh, Akini, she's the one that deals with all that, and her subsidiaries are allowed to sell them.
Okay, so Satanta will go and enter the shop and looking around.
And you see all sorts of interesting things in here. You see several canoes stacked along one wall. You see a whole rack full of rain catchers. Uh, and you see a thing of weaponry. Flint daggers, for one. Shields with wooden frames with layers of reptile hide. And you even see a comment sheet nearby um, saying we can also recommend. Sorry, we can also send you to. Sorry. We can also help you with magical items. Just ask. There we go. And you find also some wooden uh, spiral design creations that are tipped with obsidian that basically seem to match the description of the sort of weapon you said you were looking for.
A chakram?
Basically, yeah. I was looking at the description of this particular weapon, and it seems to match up with the chakram pretty well.
Oh, what's it? What was it called again?
I do believe that the weapon known as the something I can't pronounce. So I'm just gonna keep calling it a chakram. Is pretty much a chakram. So
Okay, do you have a, or can you type it out at least in the thing? I could look at it that way.
yeah, I'm not entirely sure if it is a chakram. It's just that the general description made me think chakram, especially since you're looking for one. Because it's flyable. It has like multiple metal tips on it. Uh
Well, chakram is just a circular disc, basically.
oh,
Think, yeah,
I always think
Warrior
bladed.
Princess.
I never saw that, but I always think bladed disc when I think chakram. But maybe I'm just thinking of the thing from Kroll when I say that. Because there's also the disc that is doesn't have any serrated edges. That could be what I'm thinking. What I'm thinking of, like, which is basically a flying deadly hoop. Is that more what you're thinking about, or you're thinking of something with
Uh,
blades?
James
Yes.
Bond hat, the villain.
Okay, so so what I'm thinking of when it comes to chakra, what you're saying chakram, I keep thinking of bladed weapon, and when you say chakram, you're meaning a razor cutting hoop that can be thrown.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are similar. They are similar weapons, but yeah, they're not the same thing. So yeah, this is more of like several blades that you can throw as one in a disc shape, like a spiral of death sort of thing.
Yeah, I can't seem to find any sort of image to put with it.
Yeah, that was like the description of it makes me think bladed thing. Again, Kroll comes to mind. But it's not all made of metal. It's wooden. It's wooden with obsidian tips. Actually, so it has no metal because obsidian is glass basically. Very dark volcanic glass.
Okay, I did not mean to have such a long or post a long address, but
Oops.
that's pretty much what I'm looking for.
So it looks like that shop doesn't have exactly what you're looking for, but I imagine that it would probably cost the same
So,
and have the same stats.
like that type of thing in the GIF.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I always thought from the break pictures I ever saw of them that it had spikes on the end. So I always think of the things with the spikes, the circle with the spikes, and the center you could hold was a chakram. Hence the confusion. Sorry. But yeah, I imagine you could find something like that in a standard weapon store.
By the way, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so they don't have the. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck that one looks like. But almost by the sound of it, it would almost sound like a deer knife or a antler knife.
So what do you want to do?
Actually, other than it really being piercing, looking at these stats, that would actually work for the chakram.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was the same sort of thing. So I was looking at the stats and going, that makes me think of what I would. But I was misnaming something. Is basically what my problem was.
Yeah, I could just rename the thing from bat to chakram.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, well, actually, the damage seems like it would be damage would be more like a D6 than a D8. But hey, I'll deal with it.
And the price that are selling that for is only 1 gold. Excuse me.
Actually, that sounds more like a sword. Actually, a 3 foot wooden shaft with a steel or stone blade up to 8 inches long.
Ah.
We'll
Well,
just call it a short. We'll just call it a short sword and give it a throwing property.
all right. Guess I misread that. Hmm. Yeah, my brain sometimes will fudge a detail and make me think that I'm looking at something else. I don't know why it does that. I hate when it does that, actually. So while you're finishing that, pal, what are you doing? You're just waking up from A very comfortable bed.
I guess what I would have done, I probably wouldn't have waken up late, but I would have just, waken up, taken my time to have breakfast, and um, then gather my things together and find Eku, and then
The woman that you were talking to last night.
yes, and then once I find Eku, I would go to back to the trade market or the merchant ward, and I guess gather my guide. That would be the one um, finding the whereabouts or helping me to get myself familiar with the rest of the city.
All right. So, you do find Iku. She's actually sitting in the main dining area having a late breakfast. And she actually smiles a bit when she sees you. Ah, there you are.
Morning.
Sleep well?
Well, it's not something I'm not used to as far as comfort, but it'll do.
Would you like some tea?
Sure. And I'll sit down and I guess gather whatever breakfast that they have for me.
Yeah, this place is like much finer establishment than the other one. So it has it has scones and some fruit and coffee and tea service,
Hmm.
all sorts of good stuff.
Um, I mean, I would assume that there would be some type of meat as well, like bacon or chicken or something of that nature.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
There would be like some type of like meat that they would be serving as well.
Yeah. So in this case, it's actually a lightly fried fish.
Okay.
So, where are you off to today?
Well, I wanted to go to the trade ward, and we have a guide. I've already talked to a guide that said that he would be willing to assist us or assist me in getting familiar with the surrounding areas. Uh,
Oh, and who might that be?
uh is that New Hackenstone or Hugh Hackenstone?
Yeah.
Is his name?
And she nods a bit. Are you planning to go out into the jungle?
Mm, would there be a need to go out into the jungle today? I also still have to find my comrades.
Well, let me know.
Okay. Well, I was wondering if you'd be willing to assist me with that.
I might. I could use a little bit of money for guiding, or as I said, there is something that if you would be willing to help me out with, I can waive such fees.
Uh, you were talking about I forgot what it actually was that she was talking about. Out of,
I'm
out of
I'm trying
character.
to
I
remember
forgot.
exactly what she told you. Did she?
Tell me about the Guardian Naga.
Yes. I
And then, oh, the hag. It was the
yes. She
hag.
says there is a hag that needs to be slain, and I would, if you were willing to help with that, I can guide you, well, just about anywhere in the jungle. But you said
Uh,
you were also making a deal with Hugh.
um, well, he didn't really give me a deal. He just offered to assist me. And I kind of, gave him somewhat payment up front.
Hmm. Well, I do not mind tagging along if you wish my help as well. I would be quite interested in that.
Oh,
Yes,
I would.
gather the rest of your party, and I would like to meet with this Hugh.
Well, let's go to Hugh first, and we should be able to potentially find the rest of my crew. They seem to be a rowdy bunch, from my understanding. They're in the lower district.
Well, then we shall find them. Uh, do you need anything? Do you need to buy anything? Um,
I don't.
you have everything you think you need: food, water, supplies of that nature.
Yeah, me myself, I do, but I probably wouldn't want to start like looking for a hag by myself. So
All right. The rest of the party is currently very far away from there. How do you wish to find the rest of the party?
um, well, I would probably go to the hotel that they stayed at and see if maybe they mentioned their whereabouts. I mean, two of them are giant fur blogs, so they shouldn't be that hard to point out.
Yeah. Satena,
This is D&D. What are you talking about?
are you where are you at? Are you going back to the hotel? What is your next course of action after the shop?
After what?
Satena, run amok.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't catch what.
Santa Man.
So
Oh,
where are you headed after the shop?
okay. Do I find the chakram there?
Uh, in that particular one, no. So the only thing that the only weaponry that they had was the thing whose name I cannot pronounce.
Gotcha. Okay. You said that there's other things here, correct?
In that particular shop, yes, there are canoes, there are water catchers, uh, things of that nature. Rain catchers. There we go.
Okay. She starts looking around for a alchemist uh,
Sorry for a what?
supplies.
What did you say? Can you repeat that, please?
Alchemist.
Alchemist supplies.
Alchemy supplies.
Okay. Sounds reasonable that they would be there. Let's see. An alchemist kit. Let's see. Well, alchemist fire is 50 gold. An alchemy kit. Where's there's the kit's listing. It would also be 50 gold.
50 gold, you said?
That is correct.
Okay, she will buy that then.
Is there anything else in particular you're looking for?
A book on herbs, poisons, and toxins.
All right. I would like you to roll me a 1d20 and go with high or low.
We'll go high.
Okay. actually do find a such a book sitting on one of the shelves. It's not in the best condition, but it still costs 25 gold. The front cover is a bit tattered. The binding's a little loose, and a few of the pages seem to stick together.
All right, that will round out my stash.
All right. As for the rest of the group, Goliath, you did not find a barn. You found an area to buy mounts. Hello,
That is not me she's talking to this time.
Goliath.
Bonk.
Goliath, whose name I can't pronounce.
Thunk is
A
probably
a
dealing with.
vampire. Have you walked into the sunlight?
No, I think Thunk is still is dealing with his dad right now.
Okay,
Just
so
wait, hold on, wait. He just posted. Did I ever find the barn?
yeah, that's what I was answering, and and I didn't hear back. So back to Santana and what's the name of the other Pal's character?
Giselle.
Okay. So where do you go after the shop, Satana?
All right, she's going to head back to the inn so that way she can
All right. At which
get
point
her stuff packed.
you will connect with Pal's character and a older woman who seems to be following with him. This woman.
Grizz, I barely hear you.
I have my microphone right up next to me. This is weird.
Hmm.
Maybe it's the settings from your end on me. Like
I don't know. I don't know.
it might
Now
be
you're stall.
it might be
Now I can hear you.
okay, cool.
Actually, I think it's belly feeding through.
Mm, Mute myself.
I don't think you need to mute yourself. It's uh, whatever you get going on in the background.
I don't have anything going on.
It's very loud wherever you are.
It actually sounds more like feedback.
Well, don't look at me. It's not me.
I'm muted all the time.
Yeah. Anyways, so so Satana finds. What was your character's name again, Pally?
It's Dozel.
Dozo, as in like Dozo Yoroshku.
Um, Doszel.
Okay. Anyways, the female elf sees you with this woman that is pictured here.
Yes. And she smiles as she walks beside him.
I simply say, there's one of my companions now. But I don't believe I have gotten your name. I'm Dozel. Uh, Dozel Ormo. And you are?
She pulls out her pad and pencil and writes down the name Satanta on it to show you.
Well, hello, Satanta. I am Iku.
The elf bows.
Uh, by chance, do you know the whereabouts of our other comrades? I understand that they wanted to enjoy the nightlife.
It's now
He
morning, by the
looks.
way. It's in fact getting closer towards lunchtime than anything else.
Yeah, I was just asking if she knew where they were because I know they wanted to like go out last night.
She kind of looks around and just shakes her head.
Hmm. Well, that is unfortunate. Um, but how hard could it find three giants in this city?
She shrugs and gives a silent chuckle.
Well, should we go look for them? I'm sure they couldn't have gone too far.
She kind of looks at her new clothes and then looks down at her old clothes and then kind of looks up at you questioningly. As if to
Deltail's
ask,
kind
"Can
of,
I change fat first?"
ah, sure, we can wait. Um, in the meantime, I'll be in the area looking for clues as to who might have seen three giants walking about.
And three giants walk into a bar. Sounds almost like the start of a bad joke.
I mean, three giants walking into a bar never ends well, usually.
Exactly. Okay, so the elf bows to both of them and then she scurries off so that way she can change into the new clothes, get out of the old ones.
All
And
right.
after she does that, she'll come back down and look for Docell.
And while she's upstairs, Dilzel will just ask people around, seeing if they've run into uh, one Goliath and uh, two fur blogs, heading anywhere specifically, or which direction they may have head.
All right. So investigation. Yeah, no one seems to have seen three giants walking around together.
What about any giants, or not giants, but Goliath or Furblog, as I
Roll a persuasion check.
had mentioned?
All right. As you talk to this person, they stop and say, "Oh, actually, I did see two furbolgs walking together," and gives you a general direction of where they currently are at. And I will be right back. I need more water.
Cool. I will get Iku and also tell our elf friend that we will be heading that general direction.
By now, the elf should be with you, so she'll probably nod her head.
Huh.
Stop that.
I'm playing this new mobile game. This is pretty fun. It's called Skyweaver. It is a deck building game. That's fine.
Alright, I'm back. Let's see. So you were given general directions as to where the rest of the party is, and so the rest of the party will be able to see you guys coming. Unless you don't go together. At which point, we'll see one of you coming.
Who do they see coming? Ouch. Stupid
Also, I would have
crickets.
gotten the other guy to also meet the rest of my comrades.
You haven't seen them yet.
No, I'm saying I would have went to the merchant ward to
That's where they
find
are.
them.
That's where they are now. They're currently at the merchant's ward. So if you're heading that
Oh,
direction, you'd see them.
Go get water.
all right.
So what are you guys
Good
doing?
morning, everyone.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Are we still waiting to get a dinosaur?
Is the Goliath here? Goliath.
Dunk.
Is he thunking?
Hello?
I think he's having difficulties.
Okay.
He's working on it probably.
Okay. At this point, we need to wait for him to come back, because he was the one that brought everybody here. To look
Uh-huh.
for mounts.
Unless we split the party again.
What's this one?
I would like to get everybody gathered back together and having a plan for an expedition or for other stuff they wanted to do in town.
Well, right now, the elf is just following Docel.
I guess we could do some roleplay between ourselves while we wait for him.
That sounds good.
Because Aria and Orion actually haven't met yet. Not really. Ash, you there?
Yeah.
So, you want to do some roleplay while we wait for Thunk?
Meh.
Meh. All right. While they're waiting, Uri kind of looks over at Orion. It's like she looks at him like, hi, hi.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
I said I.
Oh, we
Yeah,
couldn't
she
hear
said
you.
hi.
Well, it's me who barely can hear you. I'm thinking just I'm gonna disconnect. I think.
Okay.
I mean, I don't fit in this game.
What are you talking about?
I just don't fit in the group.
The group hasn't actually done anything yet, except for shop.
No, I know. I haven't been hired. I don't just don't belong in the group. That's all. I don't know why my character is here. So, yeah.
Anyone else thoughts on that matter?
I mean, technically, I've been separated from the party since the beginning. So, I mean, I think things will get better once we all get together.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fine.
Maybe give a session to maybe roleplay with, like, if we all roleplay together, because I've noticed, like, one thing, we're not really, we're not together. We're not really roleplaying. Even our group of four, we're not talking. Everyone else is going, and we're just kind of saying what we're doing, but we're not actually talking with each other.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for
I
you
mean,
guys
like, I know
to chat
Aria's
with each other
really
before
shy.
At the same time, that sort of group cohesion doesn't happen overnight. It tends to form up over many sessions together.
Fine. Alright then, let's do this, I guess.
All right, so Aria looks over at the other fire blocks. She's like, hi. Like, she kind of sticks out a hand awkwardly. Her tail's wrapped around her leg. Clearly, she's nervous about everything, and she's like, I'm
So sorry.
I'm Aria Galadonal. Nice to meet you.
Name's Orion, likewise. Shake hand.
Aria's hand grip is kind of limp. Like, she didn't expect to go get this far with this handshake. She's like, oh, what are you doing here? She asks. She's kind of looks down at your hands, and then looks back at you, and then looks down at your hands and looks back up at you, back and forth.
Oh yeah. Well, it'll be good tonight to sleep.
I'm a hunter. I'm high hunt.
This.
Oh.
It's true.
Uh,
Now this
Like, or he's like, she kind of her hand moves to herself like, oh, uh, I'm a druid like my papa. She said told him.
Good. Good thing.
Yeah, yeah.
I
She
guess
kind of
that's a good thing.
um I haven't met much for blood like me, not since papa.
There ain't a lot.
That's what he said. She kind
That's
of
right.
looks down and her tail, and she kind of like she takes her hand back slowly, and her tail still wrapped around her leg, though it's more looser than it was.
So this conversation is like very close by. If anybody else wants to get in on it.
Are y'all just enjoying the awkwardness of this very shy character?
I am Devin Spooks. Spooks extraordinaire. If anyone was wondering.
I don't think anyone was wondering. Aria kind of looks over to Devlin and then looks back at Orion. You made that way clear earlier. Who you are?
Everyone's got to know who I am and what I do. I am one who controls mystics to give you the greatest entertainment of all abound. And I couldn't help but hear. You said you were a furbolg, is that right?
Aria kind of makes a sound in the back of her throat, like, and her talking to stranger limit has reached maximum. And she just kind of holds up her tail to protect her face and blushes deeply.
Where have you come from, Miss Arias or Orion?
What?
So where have you come from? What is your mission in life?
A what in life?
Like, why do you travel? Where do you want an adventure?
I don't know. I just come from here.
Where is here exactly? Because I could say I'm from
This
here.
fucking island?
Oh. Are you intimate with this island's terrain?
I don't know. I've been living here for the last years. So, as much as I need a fucking native, I guess.
Okay then. So then, you're willing to go out adventuring with us, and to find this soul ravager,
Mongerer. She
soulmonger.
So, Wanderer.
That's what I said.
Or
Yes, I said that.
no, you said Ravager.
Hmm, the hell's that one? Okay then. So then, Miss Orion. Wait, are you female or male? Ash.
Male.
Okay. Mr. Orion, would it be possible
To finish your
for
sentence, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I'm thinking, what would you think is the best mount to go traveling in the forest, especially if we're gonna go hunting a dragon?
A dragon.
Do they have
You're
dragon mounts here?
you're going to hunt a dragon in this jungle.
Well, that drunk patron, that drunk dwarf in the bar, said that he would guide us anywhere through the forest, as long as we kill this dragon first. And he said
Uh-huh.
it was near some caves by the Kobold Mountains.
Question. Do I know of this drunken dwarf? Do I know of the dragon? What do I know of the mount that can be used?
Do a history check with advantage.
Well, he was in the tavern with us when I was talking to the dwarf loudly.
I think that's gonna be a fail.
So yeah, you've spotted Hugh Hackenstone before. He 3 years ago, you know that, like, 3 years ago, he was part of an expedition to open the Wormheart Mine. But a dragon came along and pretty much killed everyone but him. At least all the dwarves there, and kind of enslaved their, their their kobold crew that they'd hired to assist them. Uh, you haven't heard anyone take him up on his offer to, his desire to go and help get revenge. That pretty much he's an angry drunk who sits at a table and is like, if he barely got out with his life, what's everyone else supposed to do? Especially, like, that dragon's now 3 years older. Uh, who knows how big it's gotten at this point?
Okay. Kind of
I can
mount.
take it.
What kind of mount would be good in this jungle?
In terms of mounts in this jungle, good. There are a variety of selections that comes down to. The standard ones on, like, on the mainland don't really hack it. Like neither horses nor camels are very good in this environment. In terms of mounts, things like ankylosaurs and triceratops are probably your best bet, because they can, like, traverse the terrain. They have their own defenses, and it's might be possible to get them to at least, like, carry goods. Um, for at least, like, those with 4-leggeds are good for that. In terms of 2-legged, if you just need something to ride because you don't want to walk, something like a hadrosaur or maybe even a giant lizard might be decent. But neither of those can also carry goods with them. So you'd pretty much just be traveling with what you've got on your back if you were riding on some of those.
Share the information.
So what are the
Ari
rest of
kind
you?
of looks like.
Go ahead.
She's like dragon. She's still on the dragon, and she's like, dragons are
If you
scary.
abs-
She's like,
if you absolutely feel like strong enough to go, well, I will wish you good luck and go on my merry way. I'm not paid enough to fight a dragon right now. I'm not paid at all, actually. So yeah, there's that.
So, how much for the Triceratops?
The the tabaxi in front of you says the Triceratops run at 500 gold.
Hmm. Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna bow my head and turn around and go to the shop and go buy all my fancy goods that I need and meet up with the group later.
That begs the question
You're
of
with the group.
what the rest of you doing? Are you following after him or what?
mm-hmm. Yeah, though Aria's staying much more closer to Orion than Devlin or especially Thunk. She's like, she's avoiding Thunk.
I'm assuming at this point I have not met up with the party yet.
Yeah. Well, they're heading away from the merchant's ward, and I believe the other two members of the party are heading towards the merchant's ward. I believe that's what's going on there.
So that means actually we'll all meet up. Or...
Sweet.
You like the Modelo?
So you have a chance of
I
seeing
mean,
each other at least.
I usually travel by boat.
Just to make sure, do we have our starting adventure gear that we made through
Of
D&D
course.
Beyond, or okay,
Yeah, you have your starting adventuring gear.
okay, good. Then I don't need to buy that much.
All right, so Aria looks over at Orion. It's like, you travel with boats? She asked.
There's a lot of rivers in this place. You can get pretty much everywhere you want. It's faster than walking, easier too. You only have to carry your boat a little bit sometime, but yeah.
She nods like, maybe we go buy a boat. It's not too much, is it? She kind of looks worried as she opens her her pouch of coins.
I mean, at this point, you do whatever you want. I mean, I was going in town to buy another boat since mine capsized, and I pretty much lost everything I had to sell in town, so I'll have
And
to hunt a little bit.
yeah, Ryan, as you being from this area, you would know that canoes generally cost about 50 gold. And out of
Yeah, but
character, they have the same
you can
basic stats as a rowboat.
yeah, but
Wait, we're buying robots?
You can set 6 medium creatures in the boat.
I think we're all
And
medium creatures, even if the Goliath and Furblocks count as large for pushing and pulling and shit.
Yep, they're medium. They're just big mediums. But and you can put your stuff in it, which is great. I like boats.
Mm.
You don't have to feed boats.
That's true.
You mentioned it that what they cost 50 gold to Aria.
Yeah,
Ash.
yeah,
She
yeah.
looks at her coins like, I thi- we might need to get some more coin.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you with that. This
You,
capsizing in the river screwed me off.
she looked. she out of character. Are any dinosaurs CR1?
Well,
I don't think
let's
so.
look that up in the guide.
Yeah.
I
Because
think
we got a druid.
Allosaurus is.
So we got a druid with wild shape.
Hmm.
I got 2 hours before I have a. Can I use like both of my wild shapes? Because I get 1 hour. But that's way longer than a race needed to be. Anyone
You need to be
thinking what
what?
I'm thinking?
Is it?
Huh?
You need to be a beast per wild shape?
I can go up to CR1 since I'm a Circle of the Moon.
No, I'm saying a beast.
Yeah, a beast.
uh, you got a Dianoclus? The
Deinonychus.
larger.
They will definitely there. They're a medium beast. And they're challenge rating 1, so yeah, you can definitely
Yep.
turn into a Deinonychus.
Now the real questions: did I see any while we were at the dinosaur races
Yes, you
earlier?
would have seen them at the dinosaur races.
Let's see what else. Yeah, we can keep doing that while I look for this.
So Aria looks over to Devlin and she's like, I you like she kind of like I can. She does it really fast. Like I can turn into a dinosaur. You can enter me in the race, and then we can use the winnings to buy a boat. She says that all fast in one breath under her, kind of as quietly as she dares.
You also got a Hadrosaurus. Is a large beast.
Yeah, but it's not a CR1, right?
It's a quarter.
I can.
Can't see it anywhere.
Devlin, did you? Aria spoke to you.
Devlin at this point is stroking his very pointy beard. Think of a typical sleazy beard of the 1970s cartoon villains. That sounds interesting. Well, come along then. Let's go find out.
Aria nods and looks over to, and follows Devlin.
Would Dozel and Satanta been or made it to them by?
Yeah, you would have
Oh,
seen them.
you can do a
you see-
Velociraptor too.
You would have seen them as they were getting away from the thing. Like I said, like you guys were heading towards the merchant ward, and they were heading away from it. So you would have definitely met in the middle.
Okay. Satanta, as she's seeing them, she'll smile and raise her hand in greeting.
Ah,
All right, out of character, Grizz. Since I have two slots, 1 hour slots, could I put them back to back and have 1 2 hour slot instead of two 1 hour slots of wild shape? If I'm, just not in battle or combat.
I'd allow that.
Okay.
A clawfoot raptor. What is that? Ooh. Are there clawfoot raptors or clawfoot people in here? Dinosaurs here?
You haven't. Well, technically, Deinonychus is a clawfoot raptor. Uh, if you haven't seen.
And yeah, they break them down in a little bit further. Different books.
Yeah. I always loved the Deinonychus since I was a little kid with its toe claws.
Yeah. No, I'm saying they break them down to different types
Yeah.
in books. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I wonder. Okay, so we're on our way to the races again. Now then,
Yes.
before we get to the actual, that's what I'm looking for, maybe. Before we get to the actual guy, the betting guy,
Okay.
I want to stop at least. Let's go. Hold on, give me 1 second. Excuse me. Maybe 100 yards away, like right out of sight of him. I go, excuse me, Arya, is it? Please wait right here, so he does not see you at the moment.
She nods, and then with not a quite a plink, she disappears into thin air.
Invisibility, fabulous. I confidently walk up to the guy who takes the bets. Excuse me, good sir.
He looks over at you. Hey, you again. Looking to base another bet?
I actually might want to enter a two-legged dinosaur, possibly, into the races.
You want a race? You have a dinosaur. Huh. I take it you just purchased this one up north?
Yes.
Well then. What's your dinosaur's name?
Arya.
Arya. And he starts scribbling it down. Alright. And
Hey, why lie about it?
and you're aware that that our that our race, if Arya should come to harm, is not liable for any medical care or death replacement that might happen.
That is fine.
And that goes for you as well, though the two-legged races are usually tame, unlike the unchained ones. People are more likely to die in an unchained race.
We're just gonna stick to the two-legged races. Now then, if I was to win, what's the cut?
He thinks for a moment.
Hey, I gotta know this.
Out of character, would the dinosaurs have jockeys on them?
They will.
You see that they do. You see people mounting up and checking over various jockey materials that they need. I'm just trying to see for a moment what the payouts are on actually racing them versus the bets.
Okay, the young elf will tug on Devlin's sleeve, pointing at herself and then pointing at the jockey.
Do you want to ride?
She nods with a can't really say an evil grin. Can't.
So then, do you want to do the Unchained where you have freedom of possibly damaging the others? Or do you just want to go with a two-legged race?
She turns to the druid and tilts her
Oh,
head.
by the way, you can't see the druid because the druid is currently invisible.
And about 100 yards away.
Oh, okay. She
Like, do you want to
kind
fight or do you just want to race?
she makes her finger motions as in running.
Just the race. Okay then.
Well, you get a percentage of the cut. Since we also have to pay out to everyone else and pay the other people, you would get 45% of the full take.
Okay then. Now then, I will not be riding personally. I point to the elf right next to me.
Well, the 45% belongs to your group. If you're the manager, you get to decide how much goes to who after that. So,
Can I still bet on my own rider, or is that
it's
frowned
a
upon?
bit frowned upon.
Okay then. Now then, out of character, who else in the party is with us?
Isn't I think Ash is around somewhere.
We should also have Thunk too, and
Yeah, I
maybe
think the whole group should be together by now.
Oh, I'm loving the shenanigans.
I just hope it goes better than the last time I ran this. There was a druid in that party too.
Okay then. Our paladin has a call to make. Okay.
Did the druid also change into a dinosaur to race?
Also into a hadrosaur, yes.
Okay then. Now then.
They're being ridden on by either a wizard or a sorcerer. I forget which, but when things went wrong, that sorcerer went invisible, and they both are banned from Port Nazir. I don't think either of them came back from the jungle, though.
Okay. About what time should I get my mount here and rider here to start the race?
And the overseer kind of looks up at the sky and goes, "Well, about an hour from now."
Okay. Thank you very much.
So
And
so we have so we've
we have
decided I'm a Hadrosaurus.
okay. So
Or
then, if we have it, the best one. Actually, shit. I can't say.
did I not get this? That's what I was thinking. Because it's CR1.
Actually no. Uh, Hadrosaurus we cannot do in this race because it is a four-legged creature.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't be playing in the same race as the person you already bet on.
Yeah, so we got a Velociraptor, but that's a tiny beast, so that's not gonna work.
Oh yeah,
A
there should be at least small or meaty or meaty on the smaller end of medium. I don't know why the DnD decided they're tiny. The Velociraptors
yeah,
are
I
not
know.
tiny. They're just not. They're just not the size of. They're just not typical Utah raptors, which are what Jurassic Park used.
Now then, there is a Fastieth, which is a dinosaur. It is a two-legged human-sized dinosaur. Now then, since
What
Arya is significantly bigger than I or our elf companion, would that kind of reflect in the way she wild shapes?
Well,
I don't think it does.
she would become
Well,
the
I'm talking
size
about.
of a hadrosaur.
Well, it's a medium-sized creature, is what I'm saying. Like these are all medium. Like,
Yeah.
would it still be big enough for her to be ridden?
It would still be.
Otherwise, we're gonna.
It would still be basically her size. Because I mean, a hadrosaur is a decent sized creature.
But we're not doing a Hydrosaur because that's a four-legged creature.
No, a hadrosaur. Oh wait, what are they listed as in this book?
Semi-quadrupedal, quadrupedal.
Yeah, that's true. I keep thinking of hadrosaurs as being a bit more bipedal than that.
I said semi. If we did Unchained, then yeah, but
Yeah, my brain is just like switch the words hadrosaur and iguanodon in my head for some reason.
I'm thinking Clawfoot Raptor, maybe?
Deinonychus.
Clawful would have a
I
speed
mean,
of
like,
50 feet.
I will fully admit I'm looking at stats and I like the dex. The 17 decks. That's my main reason for picking Clawfoot Raptor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like the Fast Teeth better. As an 18 dex and a speed of 50.
Hang on, I have to find
Well,
it. Fastif? That's PH?
FAST F
Pachylocephalosaurus?
FASTIE here.
You have to write it.
Nope, I don't have that on my app that I use for.
It's in Ebron. It's from Ebron's book. But it's either that. What are you doing? I'm talking to my daughter. She's like looking at things. Here. It'll be in Discord soon. Hopefully.
Okay.
Like, I'm just trying to find one that someone can ride.
I mean, like I said,
Why do we want to ride a dinosaur?
I'm the dinosaur. We're gonna ride me. But
the dinosaur needs to be needs a rider.
If we're talking about something on Eberron, they don't exist here. They're not a species that's native to this plane or this world, I should say.
Okay.
So you wouldn't be able to turn.
So
into
then,
one. You've never seen one. They don't exist.
So then,
would I have seen a
or the Clawfoot Raptor maybe?
They would be the same thing on this world.
Alright. Which stats would I use for the Clawfoot Raptor?
Either that or the Dodonticus. I will basically say that if the Clawfoot Raptor has a different set, then it's just a particular variant in that species. But it would be saying that the species is Dodonticus.
Alright, well, I say let's go for a Clawfoot Raptor.
We cannot, because that's in the Wayfarer's Guidebook to Eberron.
We can't? Oh. Alright then, I guess it's Deinocodus.
Yep.
Alright, we'll do.
That's it. They broke them then down into different. It's the same one with the Deinocodus, however you say it. But like I said, the Clawfoot Raptor and the Clawfoot are two separate creatures, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, then let's go for the Deinocodus. And I suppose we got.
They have those lovely
I think
that can defend themselves with.
And I would have seen this dinosaur, the Deinocodus, right?
Yeah, I said that you see several in the paddocks around nearby.
Yep.
Question.
All the character, I'm just laughing at the shenanigans we're about to get into.
Well, while they're doing their shenanigans, was there a weapon shop anywhere nearby, or a place that sold bows?
Oh, Parasol office. Is there?
You don't know why we're doing this.
Roll a.
To earn money to buy a boat.
Yes.
And while you all don't, with everyone here, you don't have 50 gold?
We do have 50 gold, but Ash, can we have some fun? Because I've never done this. Like, the last time I was playing Tomb of Annihilation, I was a bard.
Sure.
Oh,
No,
I
sure,
definitely
whatever.
have the 50 gold, but I did not hear the cost of the canoe.
Yeah,
so I'm just going along
each
with
canoe
the
is 50
what.
gold, but you have more than 6 people because you also have guides to think about.
Yeah, I'm just going along with the shenanigans because of hello.
GM fully supports shenanigans and players.
Okay, so then I'm looking up
team
the stats
building, Ash.
for at
This
least-
is team building.
Exactly.
So I'm looking up the stats. At least
I'm just gonna sit there and watch you do it.
So I'm looking at least the CR levels for our creatures. We all want a Triceratops, right? It's a CR. Stop it, please. It is a CR5.
I can only do CR1 right now.
Yep. So I'm letting you know so when we get there. So you keep that in mind. And I don't think we're going to be able to get the Tyrannosaurus Rex because that's an 8.
No.
Okay, so, but yeah, this is shenanigans that we need to know and be a part of because it's so much fun. Because think about this: if they find out that our dinosaur is a druid, ooh, I want to go back to the man. Excuse me, sir. About how long are the races?
The man kind of like looks at you over. It depends. Some of them are quite short, a few minutes. Um, some of them can actually get up to longer depending on how long. You know, the no holds barred race, the unchained one, can last a bit longer, simply because people aren't focused on racing; they're simply fighting each other. Uh,
So, what's the orders of the race getting run? Like, is it the unchained first, or the four-legged first, or the two-legged first? Something
well,
like that.
we usually do four-legged first, two followed by two-legged, and then finally the no holds barred unchained race.
Okay then. Once our race is run, do we have to stick around to collect the winnings, or do we collect the winnings and then we're free to leave?
Oh well, unless you're losing money on something, which as a racer you're not gonna be doing, and I mean you're free to go anytime, and it's like unless you've lost money on us, we're not gonna come after you.
Okay, since I already paid you that 5 golds for the
Yeah,
four-legged race one,
yeah. So you don't
and
have anything to
let's
worry
say,
about. If you lose the race, the 5 gold just stays with me. If you win the race, you get the 5 gold back plus whatever your earnings are on top of that.
okay, I just want to make sure. Thank you very much. Okay, I for a minute there I blanked on. Wait a minute, we have a time limit, and then that goes into what I'm going to talk about. We don't want them to find out our druid is is a dinosaur because they might think
Your
that is
dinosaur is a
fixing.
druid.
Yeah, they might think that we're fixing something, and they'll be very frowned upon. And well,
I don't want to be hurt yet.
Devlin's been kicked out of places before. It's not. It's never a good feeling.
I think I can hold my shape for 2 hours, unless I am forcibly reverted back by getting hurt.
Okay then. So then let's move the group away from the entrance. So we're like in a little alcove area,
All right.
or at least, or somewhere. Like I said, we don't. I don't want them to see us as we talk about this. Okay then. Um, area. The race I entered you in is called the two-legged race. So you need to have 2 legs to run it. Now
She
this
looks.
race. Now this race is expected to be safe. That there's not supposed to be any fighting in this race at all.
She she gives you a relieved look.
Uh, I didn't know how well you were, and I thinking I was gonna fight. I thinking I was gonna be on you. I'm not that great of an upfront fighter like that in that sense. So that would not have been a race for me. But I point to Santana Man. I'm just kidding. Uh, Satanta, and go. She's gonna be riding you instead, and she wants a race. Now then,
All right.
we're gonna be there in an hour, so we have a little bit of time. And then the races goes in the order of the four-legged, then the two legs, then the unchained. Once our race is finished, we can leave, so we can keep our you covered up as possible.
Ariana's like, um, all right. I will try to behave like a dinosaur and not be too suspicious, she said.
This would go excellent. Does anyone else have anything to say? Or right.
Out of character, no. I think for the next hour, Ria's going to be watching her chosen dinosaurs and seeing how they interact with their humans. You know, just kind of keeping an eye so that way, when it comes time for her to behave like a dinosaur, she puts a good enough of performance up.
Well, how close was Satanta to you two talking? That would probably depend on that.
I think that you all would have been in earshot range.
I specified that we all moved away from, like, we're all grouped back together to talk about the plan.
Oh, I'm giggling about these shenanigans.
Okay,
So,
I'd
what are the
probably
rest of you guys'
say
thoughts?
that. Huh?
Sorry.
Bilzo would probably think that this whole entire thing is a waste of time, just because of that. There's a task that we have to accomplish, but
Like I said, Devlin Spooks is becoming the voice of the party for some reason.
That's because Ria's too shy.
currently I'm just gonna sit back and watch the shenanigans, and
Go hang out with Orion.
if things get out of hand, I'll probably step in and say something.
Can the shenanigans just do a quick play-by-play?
Well, we are gonna have a bit quick play-by-play. Okay, now then,
Are you sure? It's been an hour talking about doing this race.
I want to take out my disguise kit and
Actually, so sorry.
go ahead.
Dozell probably would have asked why they're racing because he would have like came in late, seeing everything that's going on.
We need some more money for a boat. As it sounds like. Now
How
then,
much is the boat?
around 50
50
gold pieces,
gold.
I think.
All right.
Now then, I have the money to buy the boat, but at the time, I did not hear the price, and then we were just like, "Hey, we're gonna go race dinosaurs, and I'm gonna be the dinosaur," and I was all for it.
So while they're doing this, I'll walk off and go buy the dang boat.
Dozell will literally say, "This is ridiculous. Let's get the boat and be on our way."
Like literally, I have 62 gold, so yes, I can buy the boat if I wanted to. But I think we're gonna need 2 or 3 boats, is what it is.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I can buy one.
Plus,
So
I
you need
can
to
buy
make
a
sure
boat.
that you got enough supplies and everything like that.
I can also buy a boat.
Okay. I want to take my disguise kit, which I do have, and completely disguise myself into another person to place a bet on myself.
Okay.
Yes.
And how much
How
did you
long
bet?
will it take for
How,
us to
how
get the
much did you
boat?
bet on Arya?
Can you please stop right now? I would do 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
Great, I got 10 gold riding on me. I better not lose.
And plus the extra 45%.
Yeah.
How long will it
Okay.
take for us to get a boat and load it?
Well, that sort of thing is probably going to be going on as the rest of the party is engaged in fraud. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
fraud
let's
and
go
And
schedule
gambling.
it already in case we have to run.
so I would probably, if, once I realize like, hey, this is what's going on, Dozell will literally grab the rogue and drag him with him to get the boat. Just basically
Uh,
saying this isn't necessary.
the rogue is the one who is the owner of the dinosaur that we're racing, so he needs to be
Oh,
there.
hey. Grisdrop. So I'm talking to the other 2-foot
Or
dragon
is it
because
the
I have.
bard that's trying to disguise himself?
The other what?
Yes. It's like I have the feature speech of beast and leaf. I can communicate but not understand beasts and plants that have advantage on charisma checks to influence them. And I'm kind of telling them, I'm watching them and I'm kind of communicating like, hey, like you don't you like telling them, hey, slow down a little bit, during the race.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Give me an animal handling check followed by a persuasion.
And that's going to be advantage on the persuasion.
It's going to be.
So,
I'm gonna see what your animal handling check comes out with first, and then it might be advantage on persuasion.
well, it says I have
Oh, you have
advantage on
advantage anyway.
charisma
Oh, so
checks
you
to
don't need.
influence them.
So you don't need to worry about animal handling
Huh?
check. You can just go with persuasion then. Sorry, I didn't hear
Yeah.
that first part. My bad.
Verblog, speech of beast and leaf. You can communicate, though not understand, beasts and plants and have advantage on charisma checks to influence them.
And here I thought that the sea elves and their ability to communicate with fish could be You get advantage on persuasion. You get to roll again.
Alright. Let's hope it's a little better. Sorry.
It's the same.
I mean, you always
Damn.
have guidance too, but you've already rolled.
Yeah. I don't think I can use guidance on myself, and I don't have
You
it.
can. Guidance
Well, I
is
don't have.
guidance is creature you touch of willing.
Well, no, I don't. I don't have the spell. I have frostbite and shingala.
Shillelagh?
Anyway,
Wait, no, that's a
well,
cleric mostly.
as I'm telling them, do I kind of get a feel for if it's been successful or not, or no?
Sure. You just do not know for certain if they're influenced or not.
All right, so I just kind of shrug and I go back to watching their behavior.
Alright. And since I imagine this next bit was going to take some time, we are going to hold off for that until next session. Meanwhile, during the week, I'm hoping that you guys will actually take note of the downtime activities thread that I posted. I think 2 weeks ago maybe when we first started.
Yeah.
So that you can if you need to buy something that you'd forgotten about, or you talked about buying the canoes and loading them up while the rest of you were working on the race.
Shenanigans.
Yes. That's basically for anything only the downtime activities. That way, you'll have all that taken care of. Does that sound good, guys?
All right. Yep. And I should hopefully be here for next week's session because I asked for it off because I'm supposed to be moving.
Okay.
But depends on if the house is ready. If the house isn't ready, I'm going to tell my work like, hey, I need to swap weekends.
Well, congrats on the new house.
Well, technically, I'm still